Many students come to us at SLC after having failed the OET reading test. So what's the key to success? Hi, I'm Jo from Specialist Language Courses, and in this video I'm going to give you the key to mastering OET reading. We'll also provide some links to some free resources to help you improve. Don't forget to stay to the end of the video, we've got a handout for you. Let's go! First of all, let's talk about the texts used in the OET reading exam. These are often professional or academic texts, so make sure you become familiar with these types as part of your OET preparation. And remember, these can be based on any of the 12 professions. You should read text based on these professions as part of your self-study. The key to reading A is using the right strategies. Let's take a look. Step 1. Do not read the text in detail. Look at them and see what each text is about, the kind of information included, and notice any headings. Step 2. Complete the matching task first without looking. Only check if necessary. Step 3. Complete the short answer questions and sentence completion sections. Decide what information you're looking for, which text to look in, and use words and phrases in the questions to help you find the answer. Move on if you cannot find the answer, and remember the paper is collected after 15 minutes. For reading A, you need to utilize your skimming and scanning skills. For reading B, use these strategies. Step 1. Read the question, understand the context, and underline keywords. Step 2. Read the options and underline keywords. And then step 3, read the text and look out for links to the question. However, you might want to read the text before you look at the options so that you're not distracted. Both options are fine. Step 4, eliminate any obvious wrong answers. And step 5, choose the correct option. You may need to understand all of the paragraph to understand the question, and do be careful of those distractors. Keep an eye on the time. Try to complete in no longer than 12 minutes. So let's put those reading B strategies into practice now. Okay, first of all, we're going to read the question to understand the context and underline keywords. According to the policy document, what should be assessed at the clinic? Now let's read the options and underline the key words. The anticipated longevity of the pacemaker battery, whether a different type of pacemaker would be more suitable, or reasons for delaying referral of the pacemaker to the implant surgeon. Now let's read the text and look out for links to the question. Pause the video and read now. Okay, so looking at the paragraph, we can find out that we need to assess the following things. Identify abnormalities in the pacemaker system and assess battery status to predict end of life of the pulse generator. So we've got those things that are expressed in the text about assessment. So let's eliminate any obvious wrong answers now. So if you look at option B, this is not the correct answer. There is no mention of a different type of pacemaker. Similarly, option C is not correct. The text mentions a referral, but nothing about delaying. And so we can choose the correct option, A. Anticipated longevity. So that links to predict end of life of the pacemaker battery. This links to assess battery status in the text. Before we continue, make sure you check out our course, Reach OET B, available for nursing and medicine, which looks at skimming and scanning and reading A questions, as well as all the other skills needed for OET Reading B and C. Okay, similar to Reading B, for Reading C, we followed the same multiple choice question strategy. Step 1, read the questions and underline keywords. Step 2, read the options, underline keywords. Step 3, read the paragraph and look out for links to the question. Now, again, you could do this before reading the options. Step 4, eliminate any obvious wrong answers. Step 5, choose the correct option. You may need to understand all of the paragraph to answer the question, and like with B, be careful of distractors. It's also a good idea to number the paragraphs first to save time. If you decide to read the text before you read the options, this can really help you focus on the question and the ideas in the text without being distracted by the answer options. Let's take a look at that now. So the question asks us to work out the main point the writer makes about photographs of patients. So I'd like you to pause the video now and read the paragraph, thinking about the main idea the writer is trying to present. So, the first sentence introduces the idea of a photo of the patient in good health. The writer then goes on to say the effect of this, showing visually how the disease has affected the patient. This is then reinforced by the next section, and then the last sentence is an added note about who provides the photos, but it doesn't really contribute to the main idea of the paragraph. Okay, let's uncover the options now. Pause the video, read through them now, and decide which is the correct option. That's right, it's clearly C. The photos show the contrast between health and during illness, highlighting the effects of the illness. As well as doing exam practice is really important to develop the skills needed for OET reading. So for Part A, it's finding information fast, skimming and scanning text. Part B, reading for gist and purpose. And Part C is understanding longer text, inferring meaning and identifying points of view. You need to practice these skills. Why is this important? Well, it means you become a fluent reader of this type of text. You practice understanding the meaning of a paragraph. You're familiar with the type of language used in these texts. Learn to cope with unfamiliar topics and practice dealing with unfamiliar vocabulary. And ultimately, you can answer the OET reading paper faster and with more confidence and ease. Here are some resources you can use for developing your skimming and scanning skills. We've got patient.info, the NHS conditions page, the WHO fact sheets, and PubMed. For Reading B, it's a good idea to read online policies, guidelines, manuals, and professional websites such as the Chartered Society of Physiotherapy, and you can find all of these online. And finally, here are some great resources for improving your Reading C skills. theconversation.com, The Guardian Health, ABC Health Newsletter, and the BMJ. Over to you. I'd like to know which strategy you prefer for reading B and C. 1, reading the options first before the text, or 2, reading the paragraph before the options. Let me know in the comments below. And if you want more help with skimming and scanning for Reading A, check out our video here. Now that you've come to the end of the video, you can have access to the free handout. Simply look for the pinned comment below. See you in the next video. Bye! We come across students... that's maybe a bit too much. So what's the trick? Hi! What's the trick? Okay.